everyone, and welcome to week 2 of organizational behavior. I think week 1 went pretty well. I didn't have too many questions, and I'm always quite impressed when I get to read all the discussion board introductions to read all about your students. We have quite a variety of backgrounds and experiences, so hopefully we'll get to learn from each other. I'd like you all to take a few minutes to read through the announcement that I posted this week, and I want to go through things with you real quickly to try and answer any questions that you may have. So for this week, you need to read chapters 9 and 11, and then you're going to complete the first exam over chapters 1, 9, and 11. That's available here under the Week 2 Exam 1 tab. You're also going to need to complete 3 postings to the discussion board, and I want to make a couple comments based on the postings that we had this week. Make sure that you're checking Blackboard several times throughout the week. Now that's just not for the discussion board, but also to check into your virtual office postings. I was a bit lenient this week, but a good way to think about things and remember is this 4-3-2-1 grading criteria. So do your postings in a thoughtful, meaningful way that contain at least 4 sentences. So if you don't have at least 4 sentences, you probably don't have enough substance to your post. You should be posting at least 3 times during the week, which is your initial post and then 2 replies. And you should post on at least 2 different days, and each posting should contain at least 1 key point. If you do all those, you'll get all the points necessary on your discussion board. Then we have the change project, the first part of that needs to be completed this week, and then week 2 requirements for your team project. So I want to run through both of those. Let's start with the change project tab. Hopefully you've all completed your OPQ by now. If you haven't, you need to get on that and take that today. And the way you do that, you just click on this link here that says accessing the OPQ. Also, if you haven't already, you need to read the directions for the change project. They're available right here. Go ahead and click on that, and that will bring up a document that will give you the requirements for part 1, which is what we're working on this week. It's due by the end of the week, and it's worth 40 points, which is fairly significant, so you definitely want to make sure you get a handle on that. Once you've completed the OPQ, I want you to scroll down here to where it says OPQ scales and watch this accompanying video. You can also access it on YouTube here, but it's going to tell you how to interpret your results. Essentially, you're going to compare it with an effective manager score. That effective manager score is available here under the OPQ ideal manager score patterns. You're going to find the one that says effective manager. Then once you've identified a few items where maybe you have outlying STEN scores, you're going to more specifically read the details about that STEN score, which is available here under the OPQ scales explanations. There's 2 of those, so you may need to open both of those. And then also you're going to need to create a SMART goal based on those STEN scores that you select. You'll need 2 of those. And in the announcements for this week, I've gone ahead and posted some samples that other students have done in the past. Some comments here about the SMART goals. You need to make sure they're extremely specific. Tell me where, when, why, how, all of that information. And then make sure you have a time frame attached to those, and a good rule of thumb when you're done writing your goal. Can you clearly say, yes, I'm able to do that, or no, I wasn't? Is it something you can check a box that yes, it was done, no, it wasn't? If you can't do that, it's probably too vague and you need to rewrite it. If you read through these, you'll see that they're all very specific and very quantifiable, something that we can easily document whether or not we've completed it. Once you get your SMART goals in place, you need to go to the journal and write that up. So just come here to the journal page, click on self-assessment change project, and you're going to create a journal entry. I've asked you to label them very specifically with your name and the week 2 journal entry. Woo. My recommendation is you come back to the change project. You can just fill all this in, just copy it down and right click, and you can paste it then back into your journal. So you could right click or click up here and paste it right in, and you'll be done, and you can post that entry. Very last thing will be your team project. So if you come down here to the Picturing Culture team project, if you haven't already, you need to review those results, which is the Picturing Culture project for spring. What you need to complete for that, I'm running out of time here, are these 5 items. Make sure you get with your team under the team sites page.